Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today I want to do kind of a community reaction piece to DFFOO announcing end of service, right? Like obviously, very much a shocker to all of us, like we weren't expecting it. I did a video on my thoughts on this yesterday, so if you want to see that video, feel free to check that out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm doing this for two reasons. One is what I'm doing here is this is my video I recorded of me kind of giving my thoughts on the end of service. But you can see here I have 156 comments on this video, which is by far the most comments I've ever had on a video. And you know, you can see I've gone here and I'm kind of liking and hearting every comment on there, but some people I have responded to, but I kind of like, I can't, there's so many comments, it's hard to respond to everybody, right? So one thing I want to do, because I feel like this is really important, is I just want to record a video of me going through the comments so that I can just give my response to everybody, maybe verbally, rather than just typing out a comment to everybody, because there's a lot there. But then it's also a way for us just to kind of share maybe our frustrations or how we're feeling with this, and just getting everybody's feelings out there, and also just to kind of honor you guys for supporting my channel, taking the time to comment on my videos. This could be a long video. There's 156 comments, and I do want to try to read all of them. We'll see how it goes, right? So let's go ahead and hop in. So Crit says, thanks, Joe. You've been a staple for DFFOO. This game will be missed, and there'll always be another, but another like DFFOO. 100% agree with you. I appreciate it. Yep, I agree. DFFOO, there just is another game like it, right? And hopefully down the road they do make another game with the similar mechanics, but you know, I've been playing other gotchas, right? I've tried a couple on the side, and it's just like, I think I did it to help me grieve, right? Like right after I just started downloading a bunch of gotchas, I'm like, let's see what I want to play next, whatever. And it's just like, nothing's the same, right? So I think I just got to stick to like Dokkan and Star Rail right now. But yeah, let me see. Kamidake says, just want to say thank you for doing the character guides. It's my go-to every time a new character drops. Love your style, not just rambling off numbers and stats, actually talking about the character. We will miss this game. It's definitely the longest I played a game, and extremely gutted it to see it end. Would love to see if you end up recommending another game, but don't think anyone will take the place of DFFOO. It's the end of an era. Yep, I totally agree. And you know, when you say that about the character guides, that was one of the goals of my channel, was I did want to do character guides that I felt like were kind of just easier and simple to understand, right? I know a lot of YouTubers would kind of just read off like the kits and stuff, and I felt like the kits were kind of overwhelming, so I just tried to simplify and break it down, and maybe we'll bring that into another game. We'll see. Kadan says, hey Joe, I'm glad to see you're feeling well enough to post your thoughts and feelings of this regrettable news. I did post on your last video, but I just wanted to reiterate my heartfelt thanks for taking the time to make all the DFFOO content that you did. I started playing right after launch, after struggling to understand the endgame mechanics through EXLD era, and even quitting the game for a time. I came back and found your channel. The information I gleaned from your amazing videos has made the final 6 months of this game very enjoyable for me. Joel, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the blood, sweat, and tears you poured into your content. Best luck to you in whatever your future holds. Well, thank you so much, Kanan. I appreciate the support. I've gotten a lot of comments like this, so just once again, hearing you guys, like your support and how much my channel has helped, has been really, really nice, right? Guten Steven Hassan says, as a day one player, the news hit me like a truck yesterday when I received the Discord notification. Very sad to see a great game end. Not only the gameplay was fun, but the new stories and interactions between the characters were great. I still remember feeling joy when Braska was released and when he was able to see the great summoner his daughter had become. I could list many other moments, but that's beside the point. It's also sad to see other gotchas that are predatory towards the player base thrive. I know, and that's just how it's going to work, right? Like, the predatory games do well because they are predatory, right? Life isn't fair. I agree. This game was also great because of the community supporting it. I 100% agree there. Great content creators like yourself and many others that made videos, but also those who made infographics like the Tomberry Troop, and those with coding skills to make the compendium. So many fond memories that I'll keep in my heart. The game definitely gave me a new lens to discern between nice gotcha developers and the greedy ones. And now most gotchas are ruined for me. Yeah, if DFFOO is the only gotcha you've played, it's definitely going to ruin other gotchas for you. And I've seen, you know, where like people would complain about something in DFFOO. I'm like, dude, you haven't played Dokkan. You haven't played some of these other gotchas that are just like not nearly as generous, right? DFFOO's just so generous, it's kind of spoiled it, I think, for a lot of people. And by the way, I do appreciate you bringing up like Tomberry Troop, Dissidia Compendium, right? These are websites that I've used, and they've been great resources. So yeah, Dissidia Compendium, Tomberry Troop, and then even I think Rem did a website for a while, right? So there's a lot of resources, and then like there's a Reddit that has been really good as well. So yeah, shout out to all, like, not just the content creators, but like the people behind the scenes, like putting all the written guides and stuff out, right? Like that's also been a really huge part. And Tonberry Troop especially, I need to shout out because their infographics are what I used for my notes on the character guide. So I really relied on them to kind of put it on paper for me, so then I could present it to you in kind of the way that I did. So yeah, big shout out to those guys. And Dissidia Compendium I also used quite a bit as well. There were, like I said, a couple of older websites that I used back in the day as well. So just shout out to everybody like behind the scenes that did, like OO Tracker, right, and DFFOO Tip. Those were some other ones. I knew I was forgetting. It was Nidre's site. Yeah, Nidre. So shout out to Nidre and all that work he did back then, right? Mighty Moose, my boy. What's up, Mighty Moose? I'm incredibly sad this game is shutting down. I spent the past 2 years playing the game. The amount of memories I've had with this game and the amount of time you helped me has been a great blessing. Rip DFFOO. Yep, I agree. Thanks, Mighty Moose. Tyler Golden, it's such a huge bummer because this game was so fun, and the fact that it's closing around my birthday is like suffering a huge breakup. I'll always cherish my time with the game. Joe, thank you so much for your channel. You've helped me so much through this journey where I was able to take down Lufenia bosses and even a Shinru boss. I always look for your channel when I see a banner coming and knowing if I should pity or not. I wouldn't have gotten that far without your channel and helped me enjoy the game even more. You're an awesome dude and can't wait to see what the future holds. Well, thank you, Tyler. Appreciate it. Yuffie 452. As heartbreaking as it is to see this end, as heartbreaking as it is, I will see this to the end. My initial reaction was to uninstall the app and never look back, but the 5 years this game has been a part of my life and countless hours I've spent playing. I will be there when the game officially ends in February. I personally feel like I owe them, but I understand if people feel differently. They weren't perfect, but what game is? Thanks, DFFOO, and thanks, Joe, for always providing the content we needed. P.S. I will forever be waiting on the next DFFOO tier list. Yeah, I guess now that the game's... I have actually been thinking of another tier list because now that the game is officially ending, I was kind of thinking of doing like a tier list of best characters in the game's history. So talking about like on release, like who was the most busted character in the game's history. You can let me know if you guys want to see that. I was thinking about doing like an all-time, like to celebrate like all-time tier list. I might do that. So if you want to see that, let me know. And I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Like Yuffie saying that they're going to stick it out till the end. I can definitely see both sides of it, right? I can see players being frustrated and not wanting to spend time with the game that they know is going away. But I also see, man, like we're so connected to it, right? And it's like the other way you guys can look at it, it's like the 2 months are like a gift, right? They didn't have to give us this notice. They could have just said we're shutting down now. So the 2 months that we have, that could be like a gift, is like, hey, enjoy the heck out of the game while you can. We're going to give you all the resources and enjoy it up until the last day. And I totally see that side of it too. So let me know what side you're on. Do you want to enjoy it all the way till the end, or you kind of just want to let it go at this point? Just because you're kind of upset and maybe you don't want to put the time into it, right? I can see both sides. Let me see. Dapper Mills. Such a shame this game is going away. Got into this game 2 months ago. And you were my first YouTuber I came across about it. Can't imagine how much this hurts to all the veterans out for this game. Well, good luck there, Joe. You give great info and advice. Well, I appreciate it. And it does hurt for the veterans, man. For us, it definitely hurts a lot. But I think it hurts for everybody because even, you know, someone like you that's only been playing a couple months, it doesn't take long to get attached to a game this good. And I think even if you played it a short time, I think it can sting just as much because this is a great game we're losing. Fahad San says, thank you so much for all the hard work you put in all these years. You've always been and always will be my #1 go-to guy for this game, and I actually enjoyed your interactions with us and this just sucks that the game is closing, but every beginning has an ending, for sure. Looking forward to seeing you in the near future, where you might play a game that makes us want to play it and benefit from your wisdom, mate. It's been a major pleasure. Well, thank you. I appreciate the support. Zuko Dean, Joe, I gotta say, man, I appreciate you very much. I appreciate you too, Zuko. I think within the community, I used to watch Broadway and Simply for the first few years, but I followed you the last 2 years. You've helped out so much, been very responsive to me and the rest of us. Also, appreciate that you added me on here. I haven't been on in a few months now, and now on Ever Crisis. Once again, thanks for all the help in becoming an awesome content creator. It's definitely sad to hear it's ending. I agree. Eduardo Augustin. Joe, thank you so much for covering this game and offering your unique insight into every video. It's been such a pleasure watching and listening to your opinions on every character, different strategies, etc. Hopefully Squex does listen and actually creates another game with a similar battle system. Another turn-based game like this would be awesome. Hopefully you'll cover that. Oh, I guarantee you, Eduardo, if they come out with another game with this battle system, whether it's a console game, mobile game, I will definitely cover it because it's going to be a good game, because it's going to have a good battle system. Scavenger Punk, thanks for everything you brought to the DFFOO community, Joe. I started playing in April 2022, and this was the best channel I discovered that covered DFFOO with the character guides and hype pulls and all that. We definitely had some hype pull memories on this channel, didn't we? I understand that people will just uninstall the game and quit on the spot since there's really nothing to look forward to anymore. But I decided I was going to build some of the characters that I wanted and skip because other characters I wanted were more right around the corner. Today I built Ignis and Ida, and did a 1.1 billion burst phase with Ignis in the 3 Cactuar fight. I do want to mention, I'm kind of mad at the game because I've been begging for just like a good showcase fight or like a trainings fight. And they finally did it. And it's when the game is going to basically be ending, because those Cactuar fights, if you guys haven't tried them out yet, they came out with 3 Cactuar fights, a 1 target fight, a 2 target fight, and a 3 target fight. And it's literally exactly what I want. They just have a crap ton of HP. Basically, like, they are killable, but it takes a really long time to kill them. And they just hit you for ones. They just don't do anything to you. And so they're really great. So I have been considering maybe doing more damage tests on that 3 target Cactuar fight, because I know that I can easily hit the 1 billion burst phase now with that setup, right? So we'll see. Once again, I'm still conflicted as to how much DFFOO I want to play and cover. I'm debating doing like a last hurrah DFFOO stream. I probably should. I probably owe it to the game. Probably owe it to you guys to at least do one more DFFOO stream. So we'll probably have that in the future. I'm not sure when, but before the game closes down, we'll try to do that. So you did Sisday and Arciela. Yeah, I could see that team blowing it up. And Ida is another character that I did build her finally, so I kind of want to try her out. And I'll probably keep building as many characters as I can and do as many D2D stages as possible between now and end of service. One thing I will say is they have, not that this is something we want, but for doing end of service, I think they did put together a really nice end of service package, because it really does feel like you can just go and build any character in the game's history that you want to. Because I didn't even mention it before when I was going through the game, but if you look at there's a co-op fight on there. And the shop in there has pretty much every material in the game. You can just buy BT ingots and stuff. So you could go back in your roster and just green anybody. They have all the Lufenia armor stuff, and it's infinite. You can buy as much as you want. So the only thing that's not infinite is the BT tokens to get the BTs. But if you have a decent gem stash saved up, like, they're pretty generous on the rate on the G tokens. And my gut feeling is they're going to be shoving a bunch of stuff at us before end of service, to the point where we might be able to max out every character. So when I do decide to do this last stream, I was thinking I might do something where I just attempt to max out as many characters as I can that I haven't yet, and just see how full I can get my box. So we'll see. Then I'm going to go through my box and maybe take some screenshots of my favorite characters, just to have something to remember the game by. I did pour a decent amount of time into this game because I genuinely love it and have no regrets. So even though it stings, I'll try to have a little bit more fun with it over the next 3 months. I'll keep following the channel and catch some of your streams, and I'm really thankful for what you did for the community. Get well soon, Joe. P.S. I don't know if you noticed, but every gem pull now gives 60 G tokens. Yeah, they're just, not only do they give a ton of G tokens, but everything costs like really cheap on the G tokens. So it's going to be pretty easy. But yeah, I like that you made this comment about that you're going to make screenshots. I think that's a good way to just have things to remember the game by. Just so that you guys know, let my channel, I think for me, my channel is a great way to like preserve some of the game. So through my channel, all my videos will be here. They will never go away. So if you ever are just like feeling down and just want to rewatch one of my old streams, like, they'll be there, you know. And maybe there was a day that we pulled for your favorite character and we did a character guide and you just want to rewatch that. Feel free to go do that, right? So I think my channel is another great way I see as just a way to preserve the history of this game. And I know that I can go back and watch my videos and relive those memories with you guys, right? Dingus says, it was because of your channel and guides that I finally learned how to play the game about a year ago, and it really jump-started my passion for the game. Really sad to see this game go, and never expected this to happen so soon. Thank you for the content. Well, thank you, Dingus, for your support. Zidane Lee says, I'm less than 2 months in, and I'm already finding it hard. I can't imagine what it's like for veterans. Love the battle mechanics, the interaction between characters. Most importantly, DFFOO is a rare, socially responsible gacha game where the developer is generous enough not to rob their player base, yet providing a top player experience. A heartfelt thanks to all your work, Joe. Your insights really helped me settle into the game and made my journey fun while it lasted. Usually I'm not one who will go out of my way to thank content creators and YouTube, but Joe, you deserve every thanks you get, and your passion for the game is infectious. May our paths cross again. Well, thank you. Suddenly, I'm kind of teared up a little bit. I appreciate that, and it really does mean a lot to hear that from you guys. And once again, that's why I want to do the video, because I was just getting a ton of stuff like this where people were thanking me, and I just wanted to have an opportunity to thank you all back without, you know, to go into type into all these would just take me forever, right? Nobody says your poll plans and poll videos were always pretty fun to watch. I'm still sad to see it end. It really was a special game. Sadly, not my first Squex end of service. First Soldier already broke my heart. Dude, that one was just like a quick knife in the back too. First Soldier, I don't even think lasted a year. So if you really enjoyed that game, I apologize to you guys, because they weren't even fair with that one. They didn't even give that one a shot. So that's unfortunate. I'll play till the end. One last big dare to defy to send us off for sure. Jay Boogie says, it's incredibly sad to see a good game, no, a perfect game. I agree with that. This is a perfect game. Go away, but like the saying goes, all good things come to an end. Joe, I want to say thank you for making it easy to do guides on characters and other guides that help me and many others on your channel. I'm going to still support your channel by watching your Dokkan content, since I just recently got back into it a while ago. Again, thank you for all your hard work on making us content on DFFOO and the live streams. We won't forget the times we had as a community by being with you and making honorable memories. Let's all give DFFOO a salute for being an awesome game. Totally agree. Appreciate your support, my boy. Gavin says, love you, man. Love your content. Appreciate all your help and how you broke everything down. You're just an amazing essence and helped me stay in love with the game too. I hope you find new content easily that will keep springing you forward. I agree. It's the best phone game I've ever played, and it's insanely huge bummer to lose it. For sure. I totally agree with what you're saying. And here's the thing. I think I've said this before, but I think the reason, you know, you talk about an amazing essence or whatever, I think I try to be really natural. And the thing that I think keeps my channel going is that I'm doing it because I love it, and I'm not forcing myself into games and content because I want to make money, right? So bottom line, moving forward, you guys, if you stick with me on my channel, no matter what you see here, you know I'm going to be playing games I love, I enjoy. I'm going to carry that enthusiasm over. But I'm not going to play something just to play it. If I don't enjoy it, I won't cover it, right? That's why Ever Crisis just didn't last long on my channel. But ultimately, it's going to be still a hobby for me, and I'm going to do it for fun. And hopefully, you know, maybe another gacha will come around. Maybe I'll decide to cover Star Rail more heavily. That is something I've been thinking about a lot. Maybe doing Star Rail character guides. We might do that. We'll see. Yumi Dragon, thanks Joe, your guides help me build better teams and make the best of each character I've enjoyed throughout DFFOO. It's a sad day indeed, losing such a legend of a mobile game. The only other game I'm playing gacha-wise is Star Rail. Would love to see you go on that for character. Oh, it's funny, I just brought it up, and that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I think I might do that. The only thing with Star Rail is character, because like when I do character guides and team building, I like to actually have the characters, right, like in hand. It's definitely a game where I can't get all the characters, and characters take a long time to build up. So if I do decide to do character guides, and what I might do is I was thinking about maybe for like a week or two, just put out some consistent guides on characters I already have built and see how they do. And maybe I'll keep doing it, but it's something where I can kind of only do them as I get the characters built. I can't I don't want to stress myself about rushing and like building all these characters up, right? But we'll see. Good luck with your future on the channel. Hope for the best, and hope you get better. Yes, I am feeling a lot better, you guys. I did go to work today. Micha says, major salute, DFFOO, and major salute to you, Joe. I do love DFFOO as well, and your videos mentored me into the player I am. I will miss dearly the time I spent trying to break a Shinryu fight, and the videos of you recommending or not characters talking strengths and weaknesses. I will cut my losses. I feel that playing the game more than this, knowing it's on life support, will hit me harder if I just bow down with the W right now. For sure. And like I said, I can see both sides. I could see people that want to drop it immediately, delete it. People that want to play up until the last day. I respect all of you for however you decide to handle that, for sure. We all agree that this is an amazing game, right? Ethanra says, breaks my heart. I would swing by here to learn more about characters I like or just didn't know at all. On one afternoon months ago, even binged the playlist. Thanks for the memories. Well, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Zanultra says, your videos helped me a ton when I first started early last year, and this has been the longest I've stuck with a mobile game. Sad to see it end. Me too. Titanium Dragon says, thank you very much for your time and dedication helping me work with my characters and builds. I'll never forget these best moments. Neither will I. Thank you. NJDSS says, I've been playing for over 5 years and it's been a ton of fun. Easily my favorite gacha game of all time. However, I did kind of feel like the game was slowly dying for me for some time now. Chaos Era was the best time in the game, in my opinion, and it's never been the same since. Mechanics started to become more convoluted, and I believe it pushed players away. Ability descriptions turned into essays. The paid gem cap, the paid gem cap fiasco, that's the thing. Rishinryu showing the devs either had run out of ideas or run out of resources to develop new kinds of endgame. Yep, that could be part of it. There are lots of mistakes that felt kind of like self-inflicted wounds. I'm probably done with gacha games after this. I've tried a lot of them over the years. Record Keeper, Exvius, Epic 7, Dragalia Lost. Dragalia Lost is another gacha I played that did hit end of service, but I was kind of not playing it when it hit, so it didn't hit me as hard. And nothing compares to DFFOO and how it respected my time and my money. $5 monthly Mog Pass was all you really needed. I have plenty of PC console games I haven't played that are more worthy of my time than getting invested in some pay-to-win grindfest. Rip DFFOO, I'll always wonder what you could have been if gacha didn't exist. That's a very good point, too, this part about the gacha thing. Because if DFFOO were just a standalone phone game with, like, a story and you played through it, like, we would just always have it. That is the one really big negative about gacha games, is at some point they have to hit end of service and then they go away. Now, I do think that there have been gachas that have done end of service, but they'll just keep the game open in like a neutral state. I was really hoping they would do that with DFFOO because, dude, could you imagine like just with like the Cactuar fights here, these really hard D2D stages, just like we could survive on months just coming up with challenge runs and like things to do. I think we could still have a lot of fun with this game if they left it open for us to just play around with. So I'm pleading, Sklex, if there's any way to make that happen, I think we'd all appreciate it. Even if you don't touch it again, just to have it there as a playground for us, I think would be a lot of fun. Oh, and the other shame, you know, I talked about how it was such a shame that, you know, we never got Riku and like some of these things. But the other big shame is my boy Thancred never got his BTFR. Rip Thancred. That's the other video I want to do, is top 10 most shafted characters in DFFOO history. That could be another one, right? James Gaddis. Hey man, I was an early DFFOO player and stopped right before FR era on Global. Got back in the game recently because of your video, so thanks for all the time and effort you put into the channel. Well, thank you, James. Tom says, I've spent the last 2 years with this game. Normally, I don't do that with mobile games. I am legitimately angry at this. Thank you, Joe, for every bit of this content you made over the years, man. Well, thank you, Tom. I appreciate you as well. Young Caleb, it's been a journey. All things eventually come to an end. Part of me hopes something happens and they change their mind about ending it. It's not going to change at this point, unfortunately. Once they've announced it, I mean, it's a done deal. I know eventually I'll have to come to accept it. And Joe, I want to say thank you. I never got connected to YouTubers like this before. It felt really cool when you used my Sisane support character in the very first Shinryu fight. It was funny to me because I came looking for help and you beat it with my character. I'm still going to follow your channel and I may give DOKKAN a try. I feel empty. I feel like I lost a part of me that I may never get back. Sure, we may find a game as good as DFFOO, but it won't be DFFOO. For sure, that's the other thing, is we may find games that are just as good, if not better, but there's still always going to be something unique about this game and the experiences we've shared together, right? Russell says, you, Simply Lost, and Clay from Dystopia have been my favorite YouTubers on this game. I enjoyed your streams and character guides. You always try to make everyone feel welcome in your streams, and that just adds to the whole atmosphere of community. Thank you. Gosh, this end of service sucks. I'm also a day one global player. This game was there the summer, the year my son was born. Well, congratulations on having a son. And there, let me see. Oh, wow. Okay. And there last year when my sister-in-law died. Oh, I apologize, my guy. I'm sorry about that. So, it's kind of how life goes, right? Like something really great, then something really bad, and it's the ebb and flow of life. So congratulations on your son, and very much apologize for your sister-in-law. That is so sad. I know it's a little silly, but DFFOO is much more than just a game to me. It's a portal to some of the most pleasant and painful memories in my recent life. I'm going to miss the hell out of it. Yeah, that's some strong stuff right there, my guy. And that's the thing, like people, someone who doesn't play DFFOO could watch this video, right? Like someone who maybe finds my channel and watches this that doesn't know anything about games could say like, you guys are being silly. It's a video game, right? But it's more than that, right? And you guys are seeing that. It's a whole community. It's been a huge part of our lives. We've experienced things in our lives while playing this game. This game has helped us through some tough times. So it's more than just a game, right? It's an experience. It's a part of our lives. It's a part of our memory. There's just so much more to it. And like for me, it's just like the whole community that I have helped build in my Discord and all the connections I have made through this game are really important. I've made friends that I would have never made if not for this game, right? I've loved this franchise since my 20s when I first discovered it. The gameplay and stories have been so inspiring, innovative, and fun. For all its faults, there's simply no other franchise like Final Fantasy. I agree, it's a great franchise. I have no idea what I'll play next. Ever Crisis is enjoyable, but it's nowhere nearly as good as DFFOO. I'm going to miss picking party characters across multiple games from the series. Yeah, and like, there really isn't a great game like this now where we can do that. Like, there's Brave Exvius and War of the Visions, but they're the pay the win, like super grindy. They're just not fun like this one was, right? So I hope Squex is cooking something else up. I would love to see an actual replacement for this. Maybe something new or fresh, but something where it is truly like the Final Fantasy All-Stars type of game. That being said, one gacha game I'm also enjoying is Last Claudia. That was another one I was considering trying out. I'm not sure who all plays that one, but it's also enjoyable with a good story and fun playing style. I would likely follow videos of someone who posts on that game as well. Just so you guys know, I did try out a couple of games. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to cover these. I'm not guaranteeing it. It's a very common thing for me, guys, to download a game and like really like it for like a week and then realize, oh, I'm not going to like it. But I did pick up in my grieving, right? I researched a little bit and I picked up one called Alice Fiction and Alchemy Stars. And so far, I do really like those. So I'm going to play around with those a little bit more. But Last Claudia was one I was looking at, and then the Romancing Saga one I was maybe going to try out as well. We'll see. There's also a part of me that's like, why do I need to replace it? Like, Dokkan and Star Rail could just be enough for me, and I don't know that I have to add one on, so I'm not going to stress about it, but I am taking some time to just explore some other gachas, so I'm glad you guys are as well. Like you said near the end of your video, I'm starting to ramble now too. Definitely agree with you too on the battle mechanics. I didn't realize until you mentioned it, but the Brave system and weapon tiers and everything else I've been taking for granted in DFFOO really are fantastic and unique. Yeah, no other game uses the Brave system other than like the Dissidia NT series, but they're action games. So they don't play the same way, right? I definitely want to see them used again in a future game, if at all possible. At any rate, thanks again for everything. This channel is awesome. Well, you are awesome, Russell. Thanks for your long, inspiring message. And once again, apologize about your sister-in-law and congrats on the son. Kudos to you. Datadog. Joe, thank you so much for all the videos and guides. The last 5 years, this has been my favorite game as well. The end of service is hitting me really hard. It's not just the nostalgia. The game mechanics really worked for me. It felt so good clearing some of these impossible battles with everyone's help. I really hope we can preserve this game and make it playable again someday. I was always super quiet in the community, but since this feels like my last time to speak up, I'll flat out say I enjoyed everyone's videos, funny gifs, and those oh so amazingly helpful character guides. Everything from the game to the community was amazing and felt like a second family. I'll play until end of service and see if I can fill out my homemade spreadsheet in case there's any surprises along the way. I'm not fully ready to say goodbye yet, and the end of service has suddenly prompted me to play it more than usual. Maybe now's a good time to get Quistis or Blue Ultima Whip, for sure. Dude, if you guys want to max out that Ultima Whip, now's the time. Anyway, thanks for everything, Joel. Best of everything to you in your future gaming. Well, thanks to you, Datadog, and I'm glad you decided to speak up and say something. I'm going to say this too. You guys might find this surprising, but, I've been playing this game since it launched, And I've also been very involved in the community in terms of watching videos, being in Discord's guides, but I was one of the very quiet members. Like, I very rarely talked in Discords. And you guys maybe didn't even know it, but I've been in several DFFOO Discords, just kind of reading what people are saying, keeping up with the community. I watched YouTube videos, very rarely commented. My way of speaking up was I just decided to start making content. But yeah, I'm glad you decided to say something. But I was also one of those quiet members in the community. And I haven't hit you up yet, so we'll give you your like and your heart there. Nail, I think I pronounced that right. Nael, Nail. Hey, Joe, I've been here for almost 2 years. I'm not really a fan because we almost always saw things differently about this game, but we both shared the same love for it. So today we see things the same sad way. Just wanted to wish you the best. I'm really thankful to everyone in this community, players and content creators. Take care. Ignis is best boy. Yes, for sure. And that's okay. And it's awesome that you didn't agree with me, but you can still appreciate that we each have our own opinion and that we are, you know, seeing this the same way. And that's the thing with this community, is that like people don't always agree on things, but that's okay. For the most part, I think our community is able to discuss those things and have a good discussion without maybe getting toxic or rude about it. I think it happened here or there, but for the most part, I think this is one of the better communities out there for gacha games, right? You get into a toxic Dokkan community, oof, or Legends, man, they can get really toxic over there. Ryzen says, sad to see it go myself. When I first downloaded DFFOO, it was your beginner's guide that I watched and was able to help get my account off to a strong start. It was also thanks to you that I found what ended up being my other gacha main, which is Dokkan. Nice. I truly appreciate what you've done. Thank you. Well, thank you, Ryzen. Florante, my boy. Choose a game that speaks to your heart. You know us, your community will be supporting you regardless. Thank you for DFFOO, and thank you for giving us the content. Now I'm excited to see what kind of game stream videos you have in store for us. I've got a couple things cooked up. We'll see. Minerva Godhand says, thanks for everything, Joe. I was on the fence for some characters, and your videos helped me decide. I'm going to miss the game, and I'm going to miss the game I played. Oh, sorry. I'm going to miss the game. I played it almost every night on my own time, and I'm going to have to find something new to play and get well soon. Well, thank you, Minerva. Follier, my boy. It's been so sad thinking about all the characters I was excited to eventually get see reworked. Was hoping to bring back the team of Aroha, Ash, and Penelo when they got Echo. It was my first real main team for a while during Lufenia when I started really playing after starting the game once, liking it, falling off over a year. I was looking forward to seeing the reworks for faves like Ferris and Rydia. Yeah, like I was excited for Ferris because Ferris did get a rework on JP and didn't quite make it here, and I really like Ferris. Ukaru, what's up, Ukaru? This was my only gacha game I respected, played others, but this was the only one I 100% enjoyed. This news just made me drop gacha in general, to be honest. The positive thing about it is I'm finally free. Thank you, DFFOO. You will be missed. And thank you, Joe. Your guides made me actually able to catch up, even though I started the game 4 years in. Yeah, if you play the game right, you could catch up really quick. And I understand the frustration. Like, if you want to give up all gacha games in general, like, I don't blame you. Because this is... You guys have to know, any gacha game you get invested in, this is part of the deal. This is going to happen at some point, right? So even though I'm playing Dokkan and Star Rail, which are two of like the best top grossing gachas right now, like I don't have to worry about them having end of service in years. There could be a time, 5, 6, even 7 years down the road where they could just fall off. Or the government could say we're banning gacha games because they're gambling. You know, other countries have kind of had issues with it, right? These gacha games could just drop at any minute. So you just have to know that's part of the deal you're signing up for. And if you don't like that, then yeah, just play console games, and that's perfectly fine. Or you can still get phone games that aren't gacha games, right? Like you can just get full role-playing games on your phone. That's another option you can do. Sports gaming is here. I believe, are you... I don't want to misspeak. No, I'll just call you sports gaming, because I know Reflection had a different name, but I think his was like... it was like a different type of name, but it was something like that. But sports gaming, I think you're somebody different. Sad to hear about this, man, especially since Leon and Gladio were going to come out next. Man, it really sucks, but man, thank you so much for incredible DFFOO videos. Thank you a lot. Well, thank you so much, sports gaming. Raver Boy says, hi, I'm so sad about this. DFFOO is my favorite game of all time in the genre. Thank you, Joe, for all the content you created. It has been so great. I'm looking forward to what your channel brings moving forward. Love your streams a lot. Again, thank you for everything. Well, thank you for the support. Anton from Sweden, thank you. Barry says, personally, I was expecting this game to last at least one more year. I was hoping that Global will finally catch up with JP. New fights with Lufenia orbs, back to fix a bit of BS with Force Mechanic, and then the game will get new life from new characters and releases. Hype like Genesis or Riku, yeah. We all knew the game wasn't doing so well the last few months, that JP was struggling so hard, even being ahead with hype and excitement from all the new goodies they were getting, but Global was making more money being months behind. Personally, I was so hyped to see Angio release like a month ago on JP, on the one hand, but the other, I was losing excitement thinking that I'll have to wait a few more months. Global and JP timelines should get merged years ago. Yeah, and we're talking about this in Dokkan, and Dokkan is getting merged. It's just we don't know when. Not to mention about the Force Mechanic itself, Force Chargers especially, Global being behind. Losing all the hype and totally brain-dead Force Mechanic ruined this game for me, and I think those are the two biggest reasons why the game died. I've been playing the game almost since day one, logging in and playing every single day for years. It's so sad to see how it all ends. I was looking ahead with hope for Global at least. We were slowly catching up with JP. New fights were just around the corner. A few bad months with low profits were enough for the devs to pull the plug. Yeah. And someone brought this up earlier, but there was that gem cap fiasco. And the gem cap fiasco, I think, was something that helped my channel get noticed because I did a lot of videos on it and I promoted it a lot. And I think some other content creators started to notice me through that. But honestly, this could stem back to the gem cap fiasco because I know a lot of players lost faith in the game. And even though eventually they rectify it, I think some players were too hurt, especially big whales, because it was targeting whales, right? And I don't know if anybody has the data as to what the game was making when the gem cap thing was initiated or announced compared to where it is now. But that could have been the start of the end for them, was that gem cap fiasco, which is quite unfortunate because it was just a pointless thing that didn't make sense. And then the way they fixed it didn't really matter anyway. Like we could still have as much as they wanted because they just gave us tickets to buy instead. So it really didn't change anything in the end. And they could have just said no gem cap, right? So yeah, that was a big... I did so many videos on that. It was such a bummer. Oliver Perfecto. Bro, I just want to say thank you for all your effort. Well, thank you, Oliver. Khaled Morsi says, I feel you, wish to continue playing, but I can't find the motivation. Thank you so much, Joe, for your content. You're my favorite by far DFFOO streamer. Well, I appreciate you, bro. I wish they would have left the game for offline. I know, me too. Congratulations on the BT poll. Yeah, I did get my both your BT. Kind of bittersweet, right? Gentle Whale says, thanks, Joe. By the end of service really saddened me. The end of service saddened me when I found out. All the best with future content and coverage of your games. Hopefully I can find a game to fill the whole of DFFOO. Yeah, hopefully you find that. Xeon says, thank you for your help over the past year. It was a good run. Well, thank you for your support. Maharba says, okay, this one's in Spanish. All right, we're going to try something here. I want to Google translate this because I saw this one earlier. I want to Google translate this for my boy so we can all tell what you're saying. All right, let me do this. We're going to do this. Let's try it. Let's do a Google Translate. Google Translate. All right. Detect from Spanish. Where is it? I don't do this very often, so just bear with me here. Spanish to English, and I got to enter the text here. All right. It's a shame that it ended, especially because it is also one of the games I've played the most since launch. When I came to your channel, I loved it, especially the guides and explanations, since they helped me a lot to understand the game and enjoy it to the fullest. I still remember when I made my first Shinryu, and I was able to achieve it thanks to the character guides. Thank you very much for all the content you made of this beautiful game. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, Maharba, for that comment there, and I'm glad I translated it so I could read it and understand it. Big Tatsu. When one game ends, another game has potential to be as great, and that's the missing link. Looking forward to that game. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that game as well when it comes out, right? Azure Dragonheart says, I posted on the official Discord a request for them to save the server and at least consider maybe going open source and letting the community run a private server. That would be amazing because we've seen what this community could do in terms of just coming up with challenges and like our own things within the community. You know, we had big areas where we had like what we called garbage time, where the fights were like so easy, and we were doing all kinds of fun community challenges. So I think this community is powerful enough that if they did open source it, and we were able to run a private server, we could keep this game going for a long time and have a lot of fun with it for sure. The problem with so many good software and only games and points like this, where these games people enjoy so much and are good turning into vaporware, it's a crying shame given how good DFFOO is. And I felt the same way when Record Keeper, when they did that one as well. It's probably not going to happen, but maybe if we collectively raise our voices, the gods might hear our plea to save our beloved characters in this world they have inhabited for so long. I agree. I hope there's something we can do. Hector Torres, hey Joe, it's been a pleasure to kind of hang out with you through this game. It was particularly fun watching your videos just by how much you enjoyed the game. Hope to see you covering some cool game in the future. By the way, I got both of your BT as well. Felt the same way as you. Yeah, get well, bro. Thank you. Follow you again. Yeah, also, we never got Rishinryu. Thanks for helping me understand the game and better to get to the point of actually being able to understand things like, okay, I got to read this. This was pretty funny. Okay, so he says, thanks, Joe, for helping me understand the game much better to get the point of actually being able to understand things like a lightning in peril 6 times dump AoE that scales on max brave with party HP damage 10% up, brave damage 10% up, and true lightning enchant, or force charging silver frame stacking party evasion buff based on the overhead that can cause HP damage with the BT effect follow-up. Yeah, I hope you understand all of that, right? All of the lingo and words we use, right? Exactly. It's just a big part of the game. Absolute Chrono, my boy, thanks for the comment here. It's my 3rd lost gacha, but only the 2nd that really makes me sad. This and Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Yeah, I'm surprised that the Kingdom Hearts game didn't make it. It's such a popular franchise. Real sad. Thanks for all the hard work you did, Joe. Looking out for whatever comes next. Matthias Nieto says, really sad. I found out through this video. I've played since day 1, and it's been the main thing I've done before falling asleep. I'm going to sorely miss the game, and I'm going to play it until its final day. Well, good for you, man. I hope you enjoy the next 2 months. It's going to be, here's the thing, you guys. I know it's like sad or whatever, but the next 2 months of this game are actually going to be really fun if you choose to play it, because you literally are going to have a playground just to build and play any character you want. So that's kind of the, the good and the bad of it, right? Yeah. All right. How do I read this? Biagir Cole. I'm going to say Biagir Cole. Joe, it was a pleasure to follow your videos. As soon as I saw this announcement, I was stunned, a mixture of anger and disappointment. I spent a lot of time and money on this game, and I have to lose everything. It's my first gacha and last I'll play. Yeah, I get it, man. It sucks to lose everything for sure. Tom, you good sir got my sub. This video was a nice overview. I love Dokkan, so I'm interested to see where it goes. As for DFFOO, I started around when Aranea dropped on Global first back in the day. Despite some annoyances with some fights, I did really like the game and made some great friends in the community, so thank you. Well, thank you, Tom, for stopping by. Micah Tom says, I just seen this terrible news this morning. Thanks so much for your streaming videos on this game. The game had a good run, for sure. Solid Snake, it really sucks that this game is closing down. Also, Joe, you've done a great job with DFFOO. I love watching your videos. I also play Dokkan, which I love playing. That's awesome. DK says, will be nice to cover the timeline of each era. So you want me to maybe cover the timeline of each era? Maybe we could do like a history of DFFOO. That could be something I might do. Exegetti, very sad news, but I appreciate your videos on the game over the past years. Do let us know if you find a good replacement for DFFOO. I do intend to do the final D2D completion. I got a bench to pull it off. One last hurrah before going into the night, for sure. Artemisian Kupo says, thank you for all the videos and character guides. Well, thank you for your support. Lunatic Screamer, Romancing Saga Reuniverse is a great gacha, very free-to-play friendly, maybe not to OO's extent, but still really good. 3.5-year anniversary starting on Friday with some big changes. Is a good time to start. Yeah, I'm considering starting that one. The only thing is people were showing me the numbers on it, and they were already getting kind of low, so it's like, it's the hard thing, because it's like, if a gacha's not doing well, people aren't motivated to get into it because they're going to worry about end of service. But then it's like, how can a gacha game recover if people don't invest in it, right? So it's that really bad double standard. It's kind of like a game's got to be doing well to keep the revenue up. So it's like, I'm kind of iffy. Like, I'll probably try it for fun, right? I'll at least try it. But it's like, I don't know that I want to spend money on it or invest in it, which is what the game needs to survive if I know it's already not doing well. And it's a tough thing. It's like, what do you do, right? Desert, thanks for the character guides, helped out a lot. Yeah, thank you for watching. Latinos Valdo says, Joe, my man, I'm completely with you. I play this game since day one. Now I'm feeling lost and bitter, but this is the way of things, and the only thing left to do is decide what to do with the time that is given to us, right? That's the positive thing, right? Like, I don't have to replace DFFOO. I can just see that as more free time to do videos on other games or play other console games or things like that, right? It doesn't have to be replaced. For me, I'm playing until the servers are shut down. As a suggestion, check Reverse 1999. The lore is crazy. The graphics and playstyle are very compelling. Anyway, I'm with you, my man. I'll even watch your DOKKAN videos even though I'm not playing the game. Wish you all the best. Well, that's a huge compliment to know that you'll watch my videos even if you don't play the game, that you like my content enough. I appreciate it. This user with a random name says, such hard news for nearly 6 years of dedicated play. So many memories made. Truly the end of an era for sure. Nelson says, I still feel pretty empty when end of service announced yesterday. I love the game. My heart is still screaming till now how painful the most epic gacha game I played will officially be shutting down. I'm still playing DFFOO, finishing the final challenge the dev gives to us. Thank you for all DFFOO content. I'm still sub to you even when end of service comes. Well, I appreciate your support. Gaybit Gaming says, I've been following you for years and so sad to see you go or have to find a new path. It's not easy knowing the ins and out of the game. Yeah, for sure. Well, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. DFFOO ending isn't going to end my channel. We're going to go strong here. We're just going to focus on DOKKAN and then maybe do some side stuff. And then if I hit a niche with another game that I like, I might cover that more fully. We'll see. I may go to Star Rail more fully. We'll see. We got one here I didn't like yet. This was just from an hour ago. DZ Wool says, as more time passes, the sadder I become. I've played this game since the second year it came out. I enjoyed this game so much. Thanks for the videos you made. I hope you continue to make content till the game is deleted. I'll be playing till the last day. Well, good for you for doing that. I still haven't decided, man. I'm not sure. We'll see. I think I got one more stream in me, though. Tap T says, yeah, sorry to hear about DFFOO. I absolutely love the art style and how they introduced tons of characters. They did that to me as well back in the day with Marvel Heroes. Thousands of hours gone. Try out Ever Crisis. I already have. I didn't like it, unfortunately. Very cozy. Sad to see it go. Really hurts, to be honest. Played it for so long. Made it a daily routine, and it will be gone in a few months. Now it's time to find something else to play. DOKKAN, Romancing Saga, Honkai, kind of undecided. Best of luck, Joe. I'll always be here to support no matter what game you play, and keep your head up high. Well, thank you, Very Cozy. I appreciate you. Let me see. How close are we? Do we still have that much more? Oh, no, we're actually close to... Well, no, it was loading more, wasn't it? Oh, guys, I don't know if I can get through all this in one video. Okay, okay. What I'm going to do, I'll do just a couple more. And then I think I'm going to have to cut it off. And then if I get time, I'll make another video. But just know, if you commented here, and I didn't read it, just know I appreciate all of your comments. And I think we're getting the same sentiment from all of you. What I might do is I might just go through really quick. And once again, I did want to get everybody in, but there are so many comments here. I'm going to shout out like maybe names I recognize, people I recognize from my streams, and try to get them in. So I'm going to do just maybe a few more, and then we'll have to wrap up. There's just so many comments, you guys. Once again, just the outpouring, the outpour of support is just amazing, and I appreciate all of you. Mighty Lotan, I recognize you from my streams. For people looking for a fun gacha game to fill the hole, I recommend Lord of Heroes. Hope you feel better. Sucks DFFOO is closing. Disappointed for sure. Let me see here. Just see if there's any that pop out to me of people that I recognize. Or maybe if I see like a really long one. Captain BC, I think I recognize you. I would have lost interest in the game a long time ago if it wasn't for your detailed character guides. You get so focused on your favorite characters that you lose sight on some really good hidden gems. I maxed out a lot of my characters based on your recommendations and guides, and it got me a long way in this game. I've only played for about 3 years now. I've really enjoyed it. I hate that it's going, and I hate that you're going to take such a hit on this also. It just sucks for content creators to do this. Here's the thing. Don't feel bad for me, like, quote-unquote, taking a hit. Totally fine. Like, my channel is what it is. If I lose subs and views, I don't care. I'm just here to have fun and play games. And people that want to watch me do that, that's great. If you feel like you're only here for DFFOO and you don't want to sub anymore, I will not be offended. I'm just here for fun, and once it stops becoming, like, once YouTube is no longer fun to me, I will just shut it down. But I still enjoy it, and as long as I'm playing games and I want to make content on those games, I'm going to keep doing it, right? As a company, do you think they will ever come out and level with the players that poured so much time and money into this game and say exactly why it's getting shut down? We know why, but it'd be nicer to hear from them. Well, here's the thing. They don't really have to, because it's like you said, we all know they're just not making enough money. And ultimately, when a game is shutting down, that is the reason. They're not going to say anything else. So yeah, I don't think they really have to. But I get your frustration to like maybe hear more of an explanation. But yeah, ultimately they weren't making enough money. They couldn't find the solution to it. And I think they definitely did a good job. Like they did a lot of global first stuff. They tried a lot of new things. Ultimately it wasn't enough, right? Thanks for everything you've done for the community, for sure. Let's see. I'll just scroll and pick out a couple here as we go through. I'm going to go down to the bottom and maybe work my way up. How many are there? Oh my gosh. All right. Now I think we're at the bottom here. Let me just see if any stand out. Gmork, I recognize you. New good stuff coming out so close together was a sign. Ugh, money grubbing jerks. Capitalism strikes again. Yeah, I get it if you want to feel upset. Ultimately, it is a business, right? Solid Snake Joe, you should check out Octopath Travelers of the Content. I actually tried that one. And with Octopath Traveler, I find I just like the standalone games more. Because the gacha one, it doesn't play like a gacha game. It's more like I'm just doing the stories and it's like I'm playing a console game. And if it's gonna, that's why even though Another Eden's very popular, the reason why I haven't gotten into it is it just feels more like playing a console game. And if I'm gonna do that, I would rather play the console game and take the gacha element out. So for me, if I try to load up the Octopath Traveler gacha, it's like, well, why am I not just playing Octopath Traveler 2? Because I haven't beaten that yet. Like, that's kind of how I feel about that. And then Seven Deadly Sins I thought was all right. Just wasn't my cup of tea. It was solid, though. For sure. All right, and then I'll maybe just pick out a couple more here. Oh, JM, I recognize you. That's it for me. No more gacha game. You broke my heart, Dissidia. Yeah, I get it if you feel that way for sure. Let me see. It's Mizar says waiting for Gladio BTFR, but now it doesn't make sense to wait because it's going to be the end. Yeah, Gladio's not coming, unfortunately. Right? Yep. Dissidia Diamonax says was a good run, guys, for sure. Realist says was having a good Tuesday and this news ruined my night. Had to force myself to finish the Cactuar Shinryu. And it was so spongy, I don't know if I even want to do the rest of the content. Yeah, the sponge thing I think is meant, I mean, because if you look at the rewards, they just give you a few gil, which doesn't matter. It's really, I think, meant to be like that fun testing ground stage. So I wouldn't worry about completing those Cactuar stages. For me, it's my playground to play around with characters, right? All right, let's just do one more here. So we'll do the gaming guy says, this is and will always be the best gacha game anyone will ever play. My 100% JP account got everything for free and stayed meta relevant without spending a penny. And I think we'll end it on that because that does summarize DFFOO. Very, like, one of the greatest gachas. I'm going to call it the best gacha of all time because it truly, I haven't enjoyed a game like this. And it was the most free to play and fun gacha I've ever played. So shout out to DFFOO. Shout out to all you guys. And once again, I apologize if I didn't read your comment. I did as many as I could. There were so many of them on here. If you guys want to share more feelings, feel free to comment on this video. But I just appreciate all of you so much and look forward to at least another DFFOO, maybe a video and a stream. I might do some type of tier list to end it out. I'm going to do at least one more stream. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.